Recently, I've been thinking there are so many different activities to do in RuneScape, and there are very different communities in each one of those activities. For example, if you like to kill other players, that's a very shit community, perhaps some of the most toxic players in the game. But I found stuff like forestry, they're usually pretty sweet. So today I'm going to work out once and for all who is the most wholesome community in RuneScape. Starting off with Tempoross. So to try and gauge who's the most wholesome community, I started with Tempoross and I thought I'd just ask them, like, excuse me, but is this Tempoross? And straight away someone says, dance for me, dirty. And of course I don't know where the dance emote is, so I let them know I will dance. Oh, they want me to dance so they get the pet. And I hope that I can find the dance emote so that they can get the pet. I could only find zombie dance, and hopefully that's enough for them to get the pet. And look at that, they are so excited. I think that's a fairly wholesome response, you know? People asking me to dance and then getting really happy when I dance. We're off to a good start with Tempoross. Someone says this is Sparta, someone says, yeah, this is Tempoross, hop on the boat. They got the Tome of Water. Nice. So far, so good. Let's hop on the boat and see how the community changes when we're in the game. So I thought I'd pretend to be an absolute novice and ask them what to do. Of course, I got no response, and I asked them for any tips on how to win big at Tempoross. Of course, no response once again. What's everyone's favourite fish? Everyone's got a favourite fish. Not at Tempoross, apparently. And I was getting kind of disheartened at this point. Of course, Tempoross is vulnerable. We must take advantage to destroy him. Still, no one is indulging me. And I looked up the achievements. There's one for attacking Tempoross from both sides, which I did, but I didn't get the achievement. And so I thought I'd just ask the community here, why do we love Tempoross so much? And this got a response. I can't relate. They hate Tempoross. They cannot stand being here. This guy just says, I want pet. This guy agrees. I also want pet. Is that the point of the Tempoross community? Pet is life. Well, never get it. I grinded trawler first. The desperation in their voice as they recall their tales of woe trying to get the pets in Tempoross. I wasn't having much luck determining if they were wholesome or not, but let's try a different activity in RuneScape. One with a certain reputation, let's say. Let's find out, is Wintertod the most wholesome community in RuneScape? And the moment I got to Wintertod, I noticed that there were a lot of people here. And I asked, why is it we love Tempoross so much? And I just got, ooh, an iron. What the fuck, you bitch? What the fuck kind of drop is this shit? And I thought I'd ask, are you guys excited? And we're off to a bad start with this one. After that comment about a single woman with child. But, so I thought I'd try the other side. Maybe it's just that side that's bad. And what makes Wintertod the most wholesome community in RuneScape, I thought I'd ask. And someone said, it's you, Harold. Someone said they low-key smash Wintertod. Very kind of that person to say it's me that makes Wintertod the most wholesome community. But I am merely here to find the most wholesome community. And people are playing some game, smash or pass Wintertod. That's kind of wholesome, playing a game together, you know, a word game. That's kind of there. Someone said goodnight. I said goodnight to them. and they said they love me. This is actually pretty wholesome so far, except for the other side in their comments about women. But that is very kind. We're off to a good start. Back to my colour-coordinated bank. It's a nightmare trying to find anything, to be honest. But it adds a certain challenge. So I thought I'd ask how everyone's day's been, and they're so sleepy they might pass out. This person said fantastic. You know, for the shit side, these people, they're all pretty good. And I asked them, is it because they enjoy Wintertod? They live for Wintertod. They love Wintertod. This guy says he's 200,000 experience away and he will never do this again. But why never again? That's sad, Steve. People are disappointed that Steve is going to leave them. Be sad. Be sad indeed. Look how sweet these people are. Wintertod has this reputation as being just the most abhorrent, disgusting, like, unkind community in RuneScape. Just full of, like, racist, hateful, sexist, transphobic pieces of shit. But so far, I mean, aside from a bit of well, like, it was fairly misogynist. I can't really say anything good about that. Aside from the misogyny aside, so far we're off to a pretty good start. What's the best time you've had at Wintertod? And someone asked me, what are you on? Obviously they're not having a fun time here. Anyone been lucky with the crates? No. Apparently no one has ever been lucky with the crates. But someone got a couple pieces of the pyro set. That's pretty good. But maybe next crate you'll get something exciting. Who knows? Just keep trying. Oh yes, you need to put on your Ring of Wealth so you can get those good drops. And what's everyone's favourite thing about Wintertod? Nothing. Fletching. XP. The telly to my player-owned house. When I finish. A lot of people don't seem to be enjoying Wintertod. The bants. He loves the banter. Someone else also agrees with the bants. Bants is best. Nice. I like bants too. Let's have some bants. Maybe we can have some bants right now. And we didn't end up having any bants, and I had to go back to the other side and ask them who they think should be the next Golden Gnome winner. And someone nominated themselves. And this guy said, squirk me off. And someone reported him for suggesting such a thing. And he said, Jagex doesn't ban people for squirking. And I don't really know what they're talking about, so I asked, where's the best place for squirks? And it just got a bit immature after this. It's getting less wholesome. The wholesome meter is definitely going down right now. And after that experience at Wintertod, I found the Winter Toad. And honestly, this bumped the wholesome meter way up. Getting to hang out with Wintertod was the most fun I've had so far on this adventure. Look at Wintertod and I, just chilling in the snow, having such a fun time. Me and Wintertod got on like a house on fire. The bants we had were insane. So anyway, after some bants with Wintertod, I went back. And someone asked a legitimate question. What are other mini-games you'd recommend for a new player? I dislike this one immense. And I said, try some Temperos. That's the only one I've tried so far. And I thought, what's everyone's favourite part of Wintertod? I'd ask them again. When it's over, my self-hatred. Similar responses to before. They like the resources. And I thought I'd ask them, do you think the community is wholesome? This guy said when the cucks caused the storm to hit us. That's his favourite point. His favourite part in Wintertod. I'm trying to find RuneScape's most wholesome community. Is it Winter Todd? And someone said that it's the least. Presumably meaning the least wholesome. Sorry, mind the chicken. He's mad. And they said, doubt it, 100% not, no, now go die in a hole. We can be who we are. One level and I'm out of this hellhole. And this person said, game, I think Guardians of the Rift is more wholesome than Todd, and that's still bad. And I said, why is it not wholesome? Most wholesome are those guys that go by rot out in the wilding. I don't know what that means. And I asked, what's everyone's favourite part about Winter Todd? What do they like the most? Leaving. Nothing. Yeah, leaving. Also mad click intensive. So it's time to leave Winter Todd. I think we've got a good gauge on the community here and if they're wholesome or not. Sometimes, very wholesome. Winter Toad, fucking wholesome. But the majority of people, I don't know, they're not that wholesome. They seem to be very unhappy to be here. And who knows why they're even here if they hate it so much. Maybe they love it, or maybe they love the, as one person said, the self-hatred. But it's time to leisurely move on. And you know, someone mentioned the next community, which I'm going to try. Guardian of the Rift. And once I got to Guardians of the Rift, I said, hello. No one responds. Someone asked me if this is a glitched DINS, and I said yes. It of course is not, but they're going to believe that possibly until the day they die. I'm trying to find RuneScape's most wholesome community. Is Guardians of the Rift it? Straight away, a cat girl uwu says no. Someone says your mum. Don't really know how that applies. Not so wholesome. Someone says probably not. I like the honesty. But why not? Why is Guardians of the Rift not wholesome? Someone said they've heard some crazy stuff during Guardians of the Rift. And I said crazy wholesome stuff? They did not respond. Someone said they love my mum. That's kind of wholesome, is it? I don't know, it's kind of creepy. What's everyone's favourite part of Guardians of the Rift? Clicking. So, one of the things I've learned from Guardians of the Rift, because I spent a fucking long time here, is that very hardly anyone will respond, which doesn't really bode well for a wholesome community. Wholesome communities chat. They talk to each other, they help each other out. So I thought it's probably time to move on from Guardians of the Rift and try forestry. Now I have a lot of experience with forestry. Every time I get depressed, I come to play forestry because it's just wholesome. And I asked if anyone has a spare backpack that I can borrow. I said, oh no, I forgot my backpack. Does anyone have a spare I can borrow? Someone said my backpack has wheels. And that's pretty cool. Someone says, backpack. Can someone spare me a backpack? Order it on DoorDash. What a novel idea. He says, I've got you. Anyone on DoorDash able to get me a backpack? And I asked them, I'm trying to find the most wholesome community. Is it forestry? Earlier, we are talking about old nostalgic things. That is pretty wholesome. And then someone said, you're all fat, ugly pigs, which isn't as wholesome. CSU chat is where I come when I want to relax. That's pretty wholesome. Someone told that guy not to talk about his mum like that, referring to her being a fat, ugly pig. Okay then. The people here are saying that this is kind of wholesome. This is the first community I've been to where they're actually saying that it's a kind of wholesome community. And they mentioned the flowers, they're wholesome. I said the bees, they're wholesome. Help fox. Helping foxes is wholesome. Helping them not get killed in traps. And then one of the players was indeed called Fox. So we had to help out Fox. This player called Fox said, yeah, help me. Someone's saying mushroom, perhaps referring to a very old viral video that I doubt anyone under the age of, 28 remembers. There's just so much. This community is so alive and somewhat wholesome. I mean, they're talking to each other. That's pretty wholesome. And if the rumors are to be believed, they were talking about nostalgic things, which is wholesome. And this guy told me he had beehives at his house when he was a kid. Like box beehives. It was pretty dope. No way. How many bees did you have? He said we ate honeycomb once in a while. And he said I counted them all by hand. 13,502. Shit. That's a good amount of bees. That would have taken him a while to count. I wish I had that many bees. That is fucking wholesome, having that many bees. Did you name them? Yes, he did name them. He called them all homes 1 to 13,000. That's wholesome, naming the bees. It's also a very good naming system. People were changing Sherlock Holmes. They were playing word games with Sherlock Holmes. Like Shercock Gnomes, Sherlock Groves. Shercock Gnomes isn't a bad username. He's writing that one down. I said, it's gold, you can have it from me to you. It's my gift. That's how wholesome this community is. Of course, I can't change my name because too many people want it. It would be unfair. McSniffin T said same. I can see that. Also, I'm sorry if I miss words with a W. It doesn't work properly on my keyboard. And people are reminiscing about the past. I asked them if they'd like to participate in a haunted house in RuneScape. They said, not now. Not right now, but sometime. And I said they're adding them in the next update. Just to get them a bit excited for what might come in RuneScape. That's not probably going to happen, but who knows? So I changed the magic trees. And I asked them, do you think this is the most wholesome community in RuneScape? They said wholesome, not really. Game-changing, quite so. Someone said, did we just become best friends? Perhaps referring to stepbrothers. Another thing that only quite old people will probably remember. Where do you think is the most wholesome community in RuneScape? And he said, definitely not an old school RuneScape. Someone said, as a joke, Wintertod. And I tried to point out, yeah, you know, even though you think there isn't a wholesome community in RuneScape, there must be one that's slightly more wholesome than the others. And responding to the person that says Wintertod, I said, I've tried Wintertod, and I can say they were not that wholesome. And they said, I was just joking. And I said, yeah, I know you were joking. It's okay. And so far, out of all the communities I've been to, forestry is the most wholesome. And they said, yeah, probably forestry. It's either AFKers or helpers. Helpers are pretty wholesome. And this person said just a bunch of straight guys on a Thursday night chopping wood. Well, we're not all straight guys. We're not all guys. Come on, man. And a bunch of toxic flamers when the event fails. And I said, I've noticed a lot of people get happy when they see the friendly bees. This guy just loves chopping wood with the boys. And I got them to agree, what's to hate? This guy wants a leprechaun. I agree, what is there to hate? And I'm trying to find the most wholesome community. And they said, yeah, it's fun. I'm trying to find the most wholesome community. They say Guardians of the Rift, and they didn't succeed in being wholesome. None of them responded. And they say Guardians of the Rift is halfway towards Wintertod. Someone pointed out that people talk while mining stars sometimes. And I didn't even think of the star community. Perhaps I will have to try there next. And I let them know I wish we could hold a bee on a stick. That is literally a dream of mine. And I pretended to not know what this event was, and they told me what it was. That's wholesome. They're helping me out. They're responding to me. This is a good contender for the most wholesome community in RuneScape. And this guy put his heart emote on, his heart prayer on, just so I could follow him around and know where to go. That is fucking wholesome. Following the heart around the game. And this guy pointed out that my RuneLite plugin does show me automatically where to go. And someone's got a pheasant pet, and I desperately want a pheasant pet. Someone said the Freaky Daddy and his eggs is where you can get the pheasant pet. Will he give me a pheasant pet? He give you a golden egg you can use on the beaver to get the pheasant. And I really, really want the pheasant. I don't know if you can tell, but I really like birds. I have the bird hat, the shoulder parrot, and if I just had the pheasant as well, I would have maximum RuneScape bird, which would be amazing. So I thought I'd speak to the beekeeper, and they were dropping parts for a beehive. I didn't know what for, and someone's told me that you can put them in your player-owned house, and that person had done so several times and released the bees just to release the bees. If that's not the most wholesome thing I've ever heard, I don't know what is. And someone came over and said, does anyone have a spare candle in the bank? I forgot mine. I'm trying to get the Boots of Lightness. May I pay 100 GP for it? I don't have much. Someone said, this is so cute, after I agreed to help this person out with their candle. I'm pretty sure I have a candle in my bank, and they said, thank you very much. I said, it's okay. And I'm going to take them to the bank, but they ran out of run. We all need candles sometimes. And they laughed and said, true. Now, I'm surprised they don't know where the candle shop is, and they don't realize that I'm taking them right past it. But forget all that. How did you run out of candles? And they said, I went into the dungeon where I Googled blue boots, and it said it was dark. And it says, candles? Question mark? Yes, indeed, it would be dark there. So I was like, oh, I'll ask around. And right about now, they've realized that I've walked them right past the candle shop. But that's a good idea, asking around. Always ask around. Now I just need to navigate my incredibly tedious bank, and I only have a black candle. So I thought I'll give them a lantern instead, because I don't think I can trade the black candle. And I'll give them some money. And now they realize, oh my god, I'm so dumb. There's a candle shop right over there. There is. And so I'm trying to give them the lantern. But I can't. It won't let me trade the lantern, which is fucking bullshit. I wanted to give this person the lantern. Maybe I can give it to them if it's not lit. But no, I still can't trade them the lantern. They're just going to have to do with a fucking candle. Try the candle shop. And they're excited now. They've got the candle, so I gave them a lantern. And they wish they could hold their candle up. And I said, that's even better than a candle. And they're excited. They said, whoa, an upgrade right there. Can I add you? And I said, it has superior light, which of course is true. And in response to them asking to add me, of course you may. They're trying to sweeten the deal, saying they'll update me on their adventures. And I said, you may. You will be the first to add to my friends list. And I've been playing this after about a year after they made it. So this is the first person that I've actually added as a friend in this game. No fault of my own. I've tried to make friends in it. I guess people just aren't that into me. But anyway, so now I have a friend. But they realize they need a 49 fire making to use the lantern, and that's bullshit. And they tried to give it back to me. And I said, no man, you can have the candle, you can have the lantern, enjoy it. I have a bunch of lanterns, I don't need it. And that brought a tear to their eye, because they'll need it one day. And he said, yeah, thank you, okay, thank you, Harold, let's go back to the magic trees. And I said, good luck in the dark, let me know how you go in the cave system. And I said, oh, I'll message you, let me test it. And they sent me a message. And I'd let them know I'd love to know your progress underground. And this is the first time I've messaged a friend in RuneScape since fuck knows when. And they said, thank you, Harold. And it's my pleasure. And as I got back, the people were having some conversation about doing drugs. They were having some wholesome conversation about doing drugs and accusing each other of being cops. And I think this has been a pretty good gauge for the forestry community. This has been the most wholesome community I've been to so far. Nothing has compared to how wholesome an experience I have had here. The players have all been really nice, they've been helpful, they were allegedly talking about nostalgic things. They help each other out. One of them put a love heart above their head to help me find out where I was supposed to go. And then this random guy just comes along asking for candles, and I made a friend out of it. I can recommend 10 out of 10 if you want a wholesome community to spend your time in RuneScape. The forestry community is the place to go. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you next time, whenever I can be bothered to make another video. And if you have an idea for a video, please tell me because I'm fuck all out of ideas right now. Farewell.